This video explains the Anderson model of learning evaluation, which is also known as Anderson's value of learning model. Let's see what we are going to cover in this video. In this video, we would discuss the following: who gave the Anderson model of learning evaluation? What are the various stages in this model, and what happens in each stage? Anderson model of learning evaluation was given by Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, or CIPD, in the year 2006. It focuses on the strategic value of learning. It enables the organizations to understand how investment made in learning or training are linked to the organization's strategic priorities. By using this model, the organizations can align their learning or training goals with the organization's strategic goals. Let's understand why such alignment between the learning or training goals and the organization's strategic goals is required. The strategic goal of an organization was to become the most sought-after organization in solar panels. For this, they conducted training sessions to upskill their sales and marketing team. In over a year, they managed to double their sales.
However, in their training plan they didn't include any trainings for the professionals involved in installation and after-sales
services of the solar panels. Due to the increased demand, there was a shortfall of skilled installation and after-sales services professionals. Their response time for customer placing request for installation and after-sales services started increasing. The customer base of unsatisfied customers started increasing. Gradually, the sales also started dipping.
How could have Anderson model of learning evaluation helped this organization?
We would find this out on the subsequent screens. The Anderson model of learning evaluation talks about 3 stages.
Stage 1. Evaluate your current training programs against the business strategic priorities. Stage 2. Measure the contribution of training to strategic results. Stage 3. Find the most relevant approaches for your organization. Next, let's see what happens in each stage of Anderson model of learning evaluation. Stage 1. Evaluate your current training programs against the business strategic priorities.
In this stage, the organizations are required to check if their current training programs map with the organization's preferences. Also, are the training programs sufficient to fulfill what the organization wants to achieve? In the solar panel example we discussed, the organization was not able to sustain the competitive advantage they initially gained as they failed to evaluate if their training programs are sufficient to meet the organization's strategic priorities.
Stage 2.
Measure the contribution of training to strategic results. In this stage, the organizations are required to measure how the training programs are going to contribute to their strategic results. In the solar panel example we discussed, the organization could have initially measured the percentage reduction in turnaround time for their installation and after-sales services.
Stage 3. Find the most relevant approaches for your organization.
In this stage, the organizations are required to identify which training approaches are most likely to work for them. And, is the return on investment or ROI significant to go ahead with the suggested training approaches? In the solar panel example we discussed, the organization could have calculated the cost of training their sales and marketing team along with the professionals involved in installation and after-sales services of the solar panels. They could have compared this cost with the expected profits and calculated ROI to identify the most appropriate training approach for them. This brings us to the end of this video. You now know who gave the Anderson model of learning evaluation? What are the various stages in this model, and what happens in each stage? We would come up with more interesting and informative videos soon. Till then, keep learning and growing.